one lesson that I've taken from the pandemic over the last 18 months is to think of life as constantly in fluid motion, right? So even though in early 2020 you may have thought about going on vacation in the summer of 2020, and you ended up staying at home and maybe you wrote a book or you wrote some computer AI for a game, or you instead of spending time with your significant other, you discovered you were happily single. Or in March of 2020, you went to the store to buy some toilet paper, but it was out, and you discovered how to make do without toilet paper. Maybe you stayed home and worked on some home improvement, right? Or whatever the case is, right? Or you went out to get your favorite foods and they were out, and you decided to try something new. Or you get the idea, right? I used to get very fixated on doing something and it would not be available or possible, and then I would jam up, right? Lately I've been saying, what else am I enjoying at the moment, right? And let me give you some examples. I almost lost a job over this, actually. I'm very lucky to still be working there. I'm a professor at a relatively small university. I used to have binge eating problems. So I was working at a tutoring center as well, and I had about 45 minutes in between getting off work at the tutoring center and starting at the university. And I had a student who wanted to meet me during my office hours. I think it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And I get some food from Whole Foods, and I'm sitting in the break room of the university, and I'm eating, and the student shows up early. And what makes it really insulting is I had taken 2 bites, and he showed up to ask me the question. You know, had he showed up before I even dug in, I think I could have handled that a little bit better. I don't know if anybody watching my videos has binge eating problems, but if you do, I think you'll understand. It's a lot easier if he had showed up before I even dug in. But he showed up with this question that I thought I could answer in 2 minutes. If I knew I couldn't answer him for 10 minutes, I would have said, could you come back at 5 o'clock? I thought I could answer him in 2 minutes. That's what, the whole combination of events just made it really insulting. It's not his fault, don't get me wrong. And I thought I could answer him in 2 minutes, so I started. And then I realized I couldn't, and I really jammed up. And see, had this happened today, after all the lessons of the pandemic, I would have... I learned that life is always in motion, right? Maybe this is a good time to speak up. Hey, my office hours really begins at 5. This is a very long-winded question. Would you mind coming back at 5 o'clock? And, yes, it might have been a little bit unplanned, but over the last 18 months, I've learned that life is never planned. It's always in motion, right? I've learned that, what you plan to do for vacation, who you plan to see, what you plan to eat, whether you get toilet paper or not, where you live, always in motion. Never get fixated on any of those things, and beyond, really. Thanks for watching.